Death awaits you in Florida beaches. Social distancing, Texas style. And will this drink prevent the coronavirus? All that and more coming up right now on the BS Podcast.
You're listening to the BS Podcast, where we cover all of the bullshit in the news and more. Now, welcome your hosts, Dave and Zach.
Hello and welcome to the BS Podcast, where we talk the absurd, the ridiculous, and yes, the bullshit. I am Dave, and joining me is my fellow connoisseur in BS, Zach. Zach, how you doing today, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, actually, it's kind of a mixed bag for me, to be honest. I'll start with the good news. Look what I got.
All right. You hit the gold mine.
I did. 24 double rolls, buddy. I'm good till January.
It's like you hit all the red cherries on the slot machine.
It really was. The problem was for the past 2 months, every poll was a bust. So we were down. We were using Kleenex and whatever else we could find, leaves, scrap newspaper.
Good. Hopefully, you didn't find any like poison oak.
Yeah, luckily, we avoided that.
Yeah.
On the downside, Zach, I got bit by something on my ankle fiercely. I don't know what it was. If it was a bee sting or a spider. But yeah, my foot blew up. I sent you a picture of that.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I didn't know what the hell it was, Dave.
Nobody knows. Maybe. Well, we have a story today that could be a possible culprit. But it's actually feeling a little bit better. I found there's like a Benadryl cream that helped because yesterday I was working and I'm like, man, my foot, I can't see my ankle. I don't know what the heck's going on. And then I started feeling a little bit nauseous. I was kind of like lightheaded a little bit. And if you look online, everything's like, call 911 kind of a thing. But it was over a period of days, so I didn't feel like I was in a danger zone there. But I was having a hard time until I found this miracle Benadryl cream for $4. And then the swelling's going down, and I'm feeling like a new man. So
perfect.
What about you, buddy? What do you got going on in your world?
It's been pretty well around here, man. I don't have anything to complain about in my personal life. No hyper bullshit for once. I think it's just because I'm tired of bitching about the same thing over and over again, of being stuck in the house. But you know what? It's actually things have been well for me lately. So no bug bites on or snake bites on me, I guess.
That's good. It's good to not be bitten. I was just clearing some stuff behind my place, and now I'm like, I don't want to go back out there now.
Yeah.
I don't know what was in there. That's funny, like you said, that you're almost like what is it? Tired, like sick and tired of being sick and tired, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife, and because she's been working from home for at least a month now, I would say, and generally being stir crazy. And I was having a conversation with her last night. I'm like, what do you feel? Feel like you want to go out and do something? She's like, no, I'm just kind of getting used to it now. I'm just cooped up, and this is life.
Yeah, I know. I can't. It's like I'm waiting to be able to get out of the house and start doing stuff, and then I'm going to go outside, and then I'm going to be bitching about the commute that I have to do. And, you know what I mean? I can't wait to bitch about things that I took for granted, basically.
Yeah, never happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zach. Let's. We have curated the top 10 bullshittiest stories over the last few days, and we are ready to run through them. I'll start just a little preview here. We got Pentagon releases UFO footage. I mean, is it aliens? We will discuss that. Grim Reaper arrives in Florida beaches. A new deadly threat arrives in North America, possibly the thing that got my foot. China goes Big Brother. Then we got social distancing, Texas style. We got a video for everybody on that. A coronavirus prevention drink. This one, you guys are going to really want to pay attention to this one. This one could save your life. And then we get a hiker posing for a picture and wins a Darwin Award. We got a monkey Menace. A Swedish city comes up with a chicken shit solution, and this one's for you, Zach. This state says concerts are a go. Zach may be moving to this state.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were well, we'll get to that. But I know you were one of your BS items, I believe it was last week, was that you had canceled 10 concerts or something.
Oh, yeah. It's like I had like 6 shows had tickets to canceled. And most of them are like, I feel like every single one that got canceled, it got rescheduled for a time that I couldn't go because I would had other travel plans or something like later in the year. So it's like, great. I can't even get a fucking refund now. You know what I mean? So it's just canceled. It's canceled for me. But so.
Oh, well, I do. My sympathies are out towards you, buddy.
First world problems, first world sympathies.
Is it? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it's one of the things you enjoy in life, right? I mean, it's one of my favorite things. So I do feel for you, buddy. Me, I just hate crowds, so I don't like.
Well, I mean, crowds do suck, but
this pandemic has been
oh yeah,
been just fine for me. Now that I got this,
yeah, you're set now.
All right, so let's get to this, Zach. The Pentagon released. Well, there's a few videos floating around over the years, and the Pentagon finally just said, "All right, here, let's just dump it all out there." Because they figure, well, everyone's worried about dying from the coronavirus. Well, we're all locked down. Now's the time to just kind of let something float under the radar, and they released some interesting footage. So let's. You want to go ahead and let's share this with everybody. Let's take a look and then give our take on what we think this stuff might be.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS, though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing. It's rotating. Echo 6-1 Tango, Roger, over. Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger, there's troubleshooting. Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at it fly!
All right, so we. I mean, can you look at this and say this is aliens? That's essentially the question number one.
My grandma in her older years, she was obsessed with like UFOs and then like, the History Channel stuff. And like, I remember one time I was down there visiting her and she was watching them and I was like, "You really believe in aliens?" And she goes, "No, I don't believe in aliens." And I was like, "Well, do you believe in UFOs?" And she goes, "Yeah, I believe in UFOs." But she didn't believe in aliens, but she believed in UFOs.
So
it was the funniest thing.
What is that? So what's the distinction there? That a UFO could be something that's like man-made, like a secret government program and stuff flying around that the regular service people in the military and the Air Force don't know about and us don't know about?
I think that's where like that's where the government is going out and saying, like the Pentagon said, like, release this UFOs, but I don't think that term necessarily means alien. It just means there's something flying. We don't know what it is. Right.
What is it? That's the question. I mean,
that's why it's unidentified, Dave.
Well, maybe but somebody knows, right? Don't you think? Or no? Do you think nobody knows?
I guess until someone comes forward and says exactly what it is.
So you're not buying that that's like U.S. military or something like that. We've got some secret program with the stuff can fly around faster than most people believe.
No, I don't think it's U.S. military, because I think if it was, I don't think the Pentagon would have made a statement about it.
President Trump weighed in. This is a story from The Guardian. He says, asking, if he thinks it's aliens. I think it's probably. I want them to think whatever they think. This is just Trump. It's like you can't really read it because it doesn't make sense. They do say, and I've seen, and I've read, and I've heard, and I did have one very brief meeting on it. And people are saying they're seeing UFOs. Do I believe it? Not particularly. And again, they make, I guess, missing the distinction between UFOs and extraterrestrials, and stuff here about Area 51. What do you think about Area 51? Is Area 51 like maybe the biggest BS there is, or do you think there could be something in there?
There's something in there. I don't know if it's necessarily aliens. I don't think it's a green dude. I mean, there's something secret in Area 51. Yeah, that's where I think the big government stuff is going on. You know what I mean? I don't think they've got like a prison cell with a little green dude and big eyes in there. I think maybe they're working on some secret weapons or something down there, but something's going on down there. Yeah. I mean, that's without a doubt, I think, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're doing something. Either they have something, or they're just again, doing secret. They've got secret programs that they don't want you to know about, and that's why they cordoned it off. It's not because, like you said, they have a little green man in the basement. We don't know what they have.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean just because you can't go in, it doesn't mean the most fantastical thing possible.
Yeah. I think I would hope when they were doing that whole storm area 51 back in the fall, so everyone kept saying maybe they got that 100% antibacterial hand sanitizer there. Like, hand sanitizer only kills 99.99% of germs. They've got hand sanitizer there that kills 100% of germs.
Oh, that's a secret. Maybe that's where all the toilet paper's been going. It's all Senator Harry Reid, or former senator, said, "I'm glad the Pentagon is finally releasing this footage, but it only scratches the surface of research and materials available. The U.S. needs to take a serious scientific look at this and any potential national security implications. The American people deserve to be informed." And by the way, you can become informed by going to informedamerican.com.
Damn right.
So it seems like he thinks that this could be something.
It's definitely something. I mean, you can see it on the video. I mean, there's something flying around. You know what I mean? It's just we don't know what it is.
Yeah. Now, national security implications, Zach. I mean, if this thing belongs to another alien race, I mean, there is no defense against something like this.
And then why didn't they just shoot it down?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. They just see it, and what do you do? Yeah, there's nothing scrambles. They don't try to, or is it too fast for them to even do anything?
Maybe they can't hit it or something. I don't know, but what if that would have been a bomb heading for America? And they're like, well, we don't know what it is. I guess you can't just shoot it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not in the military, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just an asshole. But I'm thinking about Independence Day when the ship crashed and Will Smith went and popped the thing open. And why didn't they do one of those numbers? You know what I mean?
They popped it open, punched him in the face, and said, "Welcome to Earth."
Yeah, welcome to Earth, motherfucker, or whatever.
Well, because I mean, that's science fiction, obviously, but in reality, and I think this has been said many times, but if an alien race had the ability to get here, they could, if they wanted to kill us, they would have killed us already. There really is no fighting back. However, we do have the coronavirus, so maybe we could send it into their ships or something. That's like War of the Worlds style, right?
Yeah, maybe the coronavirus was from them all along. Maybe the aliens sent it to us.
All right. So nobody knows. So this is where, okay. UFOs are bullshit. That's what I want to say. This is because it doesn't, you don't learn anything. All you do is just look, as we're trying to talk. There's no information. It's just so they saw something going through the sky. Big freaking deal. Right. What do you do with it?
Nothing. Just scare people and bring all the they're taking attention. They're taking all the conspiracy theorists that are going on and on about coronavirus. They're giving them fuel, basically. I think.
I
conspire about, have conspiracy theories about something else to get people's attention away from coronavirus. You're
over here doing 5G and Trump did the corona or whatever, and then they come back here. Look at the shiny. No, it's here. Look,
it's like dangling. It's like dangling treats over your pet's face.
It's like catnip.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I really think you figured it out. This is what it is. I think you're onto something. Really, honestly, Zach. The timing of this is a little suspicious, right? Because we're feeling a little weird, and they'll throw out that shiny object to distract. Yeah. And we fall for it every time. Here we are talking about it.
Just wait. The way this year has gone, everything's going to be reopened by June. July is going to come, and it's going to be Independence Day. We're going to have that giant spaceship flying over top of the United States, blocking out the sun. That's going to be July for us.
Oh, beautiful. Well, enjoy the time you got.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, I think by the end of this, when we hit July, I'm going to be just a full-blown conspiracy theorist. But
yeah. You're finally going to get your beach access back, Dave, but then the beaches are going to be filled with little aliens just attacking the world.
Yeah, and before that happens, in Florida, as things do open, as you said, we're going to, not only could there be aliens in July, but before that, we're going to meet the Grim Reaper. Another story here out of The Guardian. A lawyer after, because as everybody knows, the Florida beaches have begun reopening. Actually, this Monday, May 4th, was I guess day one of the phasing in of opening things, and one of those things was beaches. I did not go. As I said, I'm going to wait. Actually, the beach near me, they're at 50% capacity, so I figure, what are the chances of me even getting in and dealing with that crowd? But here's a lawyer out of he says he's saying how stupid this is, and to remind everyone the consequences of not social distancing and going out in the sun, he's going to dress himself in a Grim Reaper outfit. This is just crazy.
First of all, wearing all that black head to toe in the Florida heat, like, you know, I got to give like a props to that guy for like taking his initiative that far, because he has got to be just dying underneath all of that getup.
Yeah, wouldn't the irony be he dies of heat stroke under his
Grim Reaper dies of heat stroke coming to claim his victims from Florida.
You know, Zach, getting out in the sunshine, we could all get that vitamin D in our bodies, which helps your immune system. Of course, you're out there in the fresh air. The sun, as Trump told us, what was it, a week or two ago, that, you know, the light, you get the UV light.
Yeah.
It kills the virus. You can, no, your question, though. So actually, if you were a reporter, would you have asked him, should I swallow a light bulb? And then how do I turn it on, Mr. President?
Yeah, that's exactly what I asked.
Now, Zach, if the Grim Reaper on the Florida beaches don't get you, there is a new threat arriving in the United States. Zach, murder hornets.
This one fucking scares me more than anything, I think. I was reading a quote from that guy in that article, and he said he got stung by one, and it felt like a hot thumbtack being driven into his leg. I'm like, that sounds awful. You know, and they were talking about a family got killed by like 50 of them, or a whole hive, like 100 or whatever hot thumbtacks going into your body. That is so goddamn frightening, Dave. Like, oh my God. Like, what else do we have to worry about this year? I
know, as if things aren't bad enough. We got, we got UFO sightings. We got a global pandemic, and the Grim Reaper to remind us of that. And now these giant, I mean, we're going to put up a picture of these things. This is, I don't know what they're like, 2 inches long? They're huge.
They're gigantic.
And they have like these mandibles that bite you.
Got jaws that like cut off honeybees' heads or whatever. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. This says these come from Japan, who says that hornets kill up to 50 people a year in Japan. I'm surprised it's not more.
How did they get here?
I don't know.
That's what I don't understand. Did they fly across the Pacific Ocean? You know what I mean? Like, you think they would get tired halfway through?
Yeah, I mean, they must have maybe must have just hitched a ride on a boat and they got caught in some food, or maybe they.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they flew. They're big enough. They might have flown.
Oh, it's so terrifying, man.
Oh, now it says this. They go and they destroy honeybees. They decapitate them with their jaws. They just wreak havoc on honeybees. So, and actually, I did see another video of defense where honeybees they'll get because there's 1 or 2 hornets, right? And then a tiny honeybee is like no chance, but they'll surround it, and then they basically vibrate around it and essentially cook the hornet in order to kill it. It's really crazy. You should check that out.
I will check that. They cook it.
They like so much friction it actually burns it up.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Now that was from the New York Times, and of course. There's another story from the New York Times. This headline is so funny. In Japan, murder hornet is both a lethal threat and a tasty treat. They're going to they're going to eat it now. This doesn't seem as bad as the bat in China. But yeah, I mean, this is long before the insects found their way to American shores. Some Japanese prize them for their numbing crunch and venomous buzz they add to liquor. This is bad shit.
You're going to go in the liquor aisle, at the liquor store for now, and you're going to see, murder hornet, I don't know, creme de menthe or some shit.
Oh, they eat the grubs. Sometimes they're pan-fried. Now, I don't want to this is, are we moving into China territory? I know this isn't as bad as the pangolin or the bat, but this is a little weird, right?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely weird. It's I always thought it was weird when you go to a liquor store and you see a bottle of tequila with a worm in it. What are we going to start seeing? I was out the other day at the liquor store buying tequila for Cinco de Mayo, and I saw another kind of tequila that had a scorpion in it.
What's the problem?
I don't know. Why would you want to eat a bug soaked in booze? So, ugh.
So I would assume you've never had you've never had the worm or any of that.
I've never had the worm.
What could there possibly be there that you you want to eat?
There's some. I know they had to have done it for a reason back in the day, but now like they keep doing it probably just out of tradition.
Yeah. No, I guess
I wouldn't eat the fucking thing. So
maybe the idea with the scorpion is similar to what they're doing with the hornet. It's just like whatever. Maybe like the I guess the venom of either one gets diffused into the liquor, and so you just have like a tiny bit of it, and it I get like instead of getting the thumbtack, I just get like a little prick.
Yeah,
it's enjoyable. Oh, so what do you think? In this article, the guy says we have like a little bit of time to basically kill these mother effers before they decimate the honeybee population, which is, I don't know. I've been hearing about the honeybee population since I was a kid. I don't know what the state of it is now, but I've been hearing they're all going to die. But
yeah, aren't we killing them enough as it is? Like now we got to worry about something else killing them off.
Yeah. Speaking of that, my wife got me a little gift. It was some honey in a comb, and you can just eat the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to try that. Yeah. Trader Joe's has like a honey like that. They got like a jar of honey and it's got the whole comb inside of it. I'm like, that looks fantastic.
Oh, it is. I'm not someone who likes sweets, but this one is like,
oh man,
it's fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough.
Honey is like nature's sweet though. It's okay. It doesn't, it's not bad for you when it comes from, Mother Earth.
Yeah. I say it's like almost like a complete food or something like that. Well, that's the story I'm going with. It's nothing like eating like a spoonful of sugar. It's something different. So yeah, today's Cinco de Mayo, Zach. Do you have any special plans? You said you were out there shopping for some liquor. So what are you gonna do?
As much as anyone can do, just sit outside, like drink some tequila and make some Mexican food. That's about it.
Who's the cook? Is it you or the wife? Or
me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My wife doesn't cook.
So what are you making?
Quesadillas. Sit there and I got this awesome quesadilla basket where you put them on the grill, gets them all nice and crunchy.
Oh, nice. And you can flip it easily.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we were talking about weird stuff in Japan and of course China, and now as let's talk a little bit about some news out of China as they're moving past as the pandemic is moving past them, and they're kind of changing their society around it. They're going completely full Big Brother on this. They're installing, here's a story from Daily Mail. Inside the dystopian post-lockdown China, officials install security cameras pointed at people's front doors as Beijing tightens surveillance to prevent a coronavirus rebound. I think I'm a little suspicious that they're worried about the coronavirus rebound. I think they're taking this opportunity to be able to monitor everything everybody does.
100%. One, it's already China, so like I could see them doing this any time of the year. Just be like, we're going to start putting a camera in front of your house and calling it a day.
Yeah.
So 100% they're using this opportunity to try to spy on people more. I'm surprised that kind of stuff doesn't happen more in the U.S. I remember when like the lockdown stuff first started happening, like in the United States, and they, especially in Maryland, they were like, if you go out for any reason other than like, necessities, food or whatever, you'll get fined, you'll get, charged, whatever. And I was like, I need to go to Lowe's. It's not necessarily like, a necessity, but they are open. So I'm going to just try to like squeeze in there real quick when I get grocery shopping. And they have like one of the police blue light cameras like in the middle of the parking lot. Yeah. And like I like pulled up and saw it and I was like, oh fuck, man, what are they going to get my license plate or something? And I actually like parked near it, and then I sat there and thought, and then I moved my truck across the other side of the parking lot thinking maybe I was far enough away from the camera.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, thankfully I've been maybe part of the thing that hasn't bothered me so much is my county has been just fine. I mean, other than shutting down some non-essential basic stuff, we've been allowed to go pretty much anywhere. All the parks have been open, and I think I've said this, so I haven't been worried about. I'm not trying to evade the police. So basically,
I was worried about it at first, but I'm actually kind of getting better. I eventually I was like, well, no one else is getting pulled over, and everything else is still open. So fuck it.
What's in the car?
Yeah,
Zach?
exactly.
And this is nuts. I really hope this it ends here, and I don't know if it's going to. They're starting to do this contact tracing here in the United States, where they say they can anonymize your data, make you anonymous. But I don't believe that at all. I think they could probably figure out who you are and all that pretty easily. What do you think about that? I think it's coming here. That's my point.
Yeah, I think it definitely is. If not, I think the technology already exists. Probably they just haven't. They're just keeping it under wraps as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's another reason maybe why they're releasing all the UFO shit. They're like, hey, we're actually we're spying on everyone even more than we already have. But don't worry about that. Worry on the UFOs.
Yeah, listeners, viewers, don't take the UFO bait.
Yeah,
it's a distraction. All right, Zach, let's get to the story out of Texas where a couple of rabble-rousers weren't too keen on having a park ranger tell them they need to stay socially distanced while they're at a park. Got another video to show for all of you, so let's take a look at this.
Open space out here, disperse yourself so you're not engaging in that 6 feet of distance with each other.
We'll do in about a few.
I got you, man. Got
Bet.
you. So, we can...
So this is a bunch of kids, right? And the poor park ranger. I actually feel bad for this guy.
I feel so bad for this dude, and he's getting. You can tell that like before he goes to speak to him. I'm sure he was probably like, "Fuck, this is not going to go well." You know what I mean? He got all these drunk assholes, and I got to tell him to go home. And not going to happen.
This ranger doesn't look like he's that much older than the people that are at the park. Really, maybe just a few years older.
No, yeah, he almost looks like he is their age. Like maybe he graduated with all these people, and he was like the nerd in school, and they didn't invite him to the party. So he's like trying to show up and break the party, and they're like throwing him in the lake just like they used to do when they were in school together. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. I mean, he's trying to say, look, guys, I have a good time, blah, 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 but you need to stay 6 feet apart. I'm sure it was, we don't see the perspective, but it wouldn't doubt me if there was a dozen or so all huddled together. Yeah. And that's why he went up to them.
Cake stands. And
you
ever try to do a cake stand 6 feet apart from someone? It's impossible, man. That was their defense. And then they threw him. They called him a dweeb and then threw him in the lake.
Basically, yeah. This kid comes up and just checks him into the water and falls in himself, and then gets out and runs away. And the park rangers are like, all right, I'm out of here too. And then eventually just got back up or whatever. And they did catch the guy, I think 25-year-old man, I believe it was, who was arrested for battery, which I think that is. I mean, you can't do that. That's nuts. I mean, you gotta have some sense here, right? I mean, we gotta. It's a delicate balance, but you also have to pay attention to the rules and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just called being an asshole. I mean, I wonder if I'm sure he wouldn't have done that to an actual cop.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? He probably thought, well, it's just a park ranger, so I'm gonna do whatever I want. But like, I've dealt with some park rangers before that are just complete dicks who act like they have more authority than they do.
Yeah, so have I.
You know what I mean? But this guy in this video seemed like he was just doing his job, just kind of like, he didn't seem like he was trying to be forceful with, or have more authority than he did. He was just doing his job, seemed like he was doing his job, being a nice dude, and they just come along and fucking throw him in the water. You know what I mean?
Here's your social distancing, nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it seemed like he didn't want to be telling them any more than they wanted to be told, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. Well, I want to have fun, but we can't do it like another spring break thing. So poor guy, but this is in the end of the day though, Zach, it is kind of a funny video to see.
It is funny. It's funny as shit.
As much as we stick up for him.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe the biggest BS item of the entire week, or maybe not. I don't know. This story comes from the Metro UK, and this is, as I hinted at, a possible new coronavirus prevention drink. Mom drinks sperm smoothies to fight off coronavirus. Just sit on that for a second.
It's funny. You mentioned earlier that vitamin D helps like your immune system. Maybe she doesn't know what vitamin D is. Maybe that's what she thinks vitamin D is. She thinks the sperm is vitamin D.
Oh, that's very possible.
So gross.
And if you read through this, there's clearly something off here. This one is really worth it. This one is worth reading through. This comes from the Metro UK. This woman, she's a 32-year-old, said she's not had a cold or a flu for 3 years because of her concoction, which is made using donations from her boyfriend, as she takes 3 shots a week.
She gets 3 samples from her boyfriend a week. Good,
now, here's
good
where
for
it gets
him.
Interesting. Here's where it gets interesting, Zach. He says it's best to consume the product as close to production as possible to get the most nutrients and benefits. Maybe they're thinking vitamin D, to your point.
Yeah.
But listen to this. But I often store it in the freezer in an ice cube tray, as my partner, who does not wish to be named, and I are in a long distance relationship.
Wait, they're in a long distance relationship?
Yeah. So that something doesn't add up there, Zach. I mean, you need it. You need the freshest. You need the freshest nutrients available, but they're in a long distance relationship. Something tells me the donation may not be coming from the boyfriend.
Yeah, I think the donation's coming elsewhere. Unless he's like spending probably hundreds of dollars a week sending like frozen packages, through the mail.
And like, was it like dry ice or something? It comes in a container.
Yeah.
Now, if you are interested in getting these nutrients, she uses she says, oh, sorry, this says the quantity depends on how hydrated my boyfriend is on the day. I sometimes have a shot to disguise the taste in a smoothie with fresh berries and bananas. So this is.
It depends on how hydrated it is and maybe how horny he is. He's like had a long day at work and he's like, I just want to go to sleep. And she's like, no, I need my vitamin D. So he's got to sit there and whack it in a freaking like ice cube tray and then deal with going to the post office to, you know what I mean?
She says these smoothies are any different than drinking honey and lemon water when you have a sore throat. I mean, I don't know. It
is so different than drinking honey and lemon water.
Zach, you can't let your perverted ideas cloud what is a valid medical treatment. And then how about this? It's just another natural remedy, but also it's completely free. You don't even have to have a partner. You can just ask a male friend who's healthy. How about that? You're telling me this woman, this is a fetish. This has got nothing about health. Look at you. Look at you.
100%. 100%. Like she's going around just giving handies to like random dudes and she feels bad about it. So now she's using this as an excuse to make herself feel better.
And there's even a quote in here. I'm strictly looking at this from a health perspective. Bullshit. You're a pervert. That's what's going on here. I don't even think she has a boyfriend. I don't think the boyfriend exists. I think she goes around and gets, like you said, from strangers and drinks it. This is what.
Yeah. That's why she's making up this long distance relationship because everyone was like, "You don't have a boyfriend," and she's like, "Well, actually, I do. It's just long distance, and you haven't met him." Oh man, she like goes to the local like sperm bank and was like, I need sperm. They're like, ma'am, it's supposed to, we have to go through like the doctor. She goes, no, I don't want it for pregnancy. I want it to eat.
Do you have excuse me, doctor, do you have a smoothie section?
Yeah. She like goes there like dressed up in like a slutty nurse's outfit from like the Halloween store and pretends to work there.
I can't. I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this story, but this is maybe the funniest one we've ever done. Oh my god. Let's try to move on. From one absurdity to the next, which is a story from Fox News. Hiker celebrating the end of coronavirus lockdown falls to her death while posing for a photo. Stupid. So stupid.
There's always videos of like these like extreme parkour people that like climb to like the top of like the tallest towers in the world and they're taking like GoPro videos of themselves like dangling, and I'm like, man, you are gonna die one day. And I don't think she was even like that, but she suffered a fate that I keep seeing, like expecting these people to suffer.
Now, where are you on heights? Because I'm terrified. I mean, you can't get me to go. I think this is so funny to me because you're not going to get me near a cliff for any reason. Never mind to pose for a stupid photo.
There is In Maryland, about like an hour north of where I live, there is this big hiking trail, and they have this giant rock cliff face, and there's this thing called the King and Queen seat.
Okay.
Which is I don't know if it's man-made or if it's just I don't think it is. I think it's just naturally like the way the rocks fucking I don't know became rocks, whatever. But they almost look like this big seat that like is on the top of this cliff, and you can climb up there and like sit on it, and it looks like you're like sitting on the edge of the world almost kind of thing.
That's cool.
And like people go there all of the time and climb up on that thing. And I went there with the intention to, because me and my wife did the hike, and I was like, I'm going to climb up and sit in that seat. And I got there and I looked at it. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm climbing up the side of this thing. Because it's literally like, there's no gate, there's no rope, there's no nothing. I mean, if you fall off that thing, like you're done. You are gone. And there's like little kids climbing on this shit. Like,
not smart.
Mm-mm.
This woman is actually from Kazakhstan, and one of her friends says she was. Her name is Alicia. Alicia was a false. She's not smart, and cheerful person. Maybe cheerful. I can see that. She said she set goals and made them happen. Did not set a goal to fall off a cliff. Not fall off a cliff while taking a picture.
That's so unfortunate.
It's sad, but you gotta be smart here, because you notice your whole, because you know what's going on in her mind, right? I want this is gonna look great on Instagram. Everyone's gonna think this is the coolest picture ever. I can show everyone how great my life is, and no,
no. That'd be like if you are like in a plane crash and somehow you survive the plane crash and then you get hit by a car, like going to the hospital or something like that. Yeah,
that's something like that. Or how about this? The plane crashes, you step outside, but to take a selfie showing that yourself in the plane crash behind you, but meanwhile the jet is still running and you get sucked up into that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We've got this is a fun show.
Yeah.
We got another video for everybody. Monkey Menace, shocking moment. Another story from the Daily Mail. Shocking moment: monkey on bicycle grabs a toddler and drags her along an alley. This one comes from India, and we'll go ahead and show this video. This is crazy.
Hey, Mas, hey.
I mean, this is not the headline is not a joke. The thing rides up on a bike.
It does. It literally rides a bicycle and then gets off and grabs this poor girl. And that monkey must be strong as hell, because when he gets a hold of her and starts like running, I mean, it is fast. He darts away with this little kid.
Yeah, I mean, he's about half the size as of the kid, maybe.
And I want to know what the hell he would have did with her. Like, I mean, he takes off with her. I mean, you see like videos of kids like sitting on the edge of a pier and seals coming up and grabbing them and shit like that. It's like clearly the seal is probably going to eat it, but with this monkey half the size of her, it's like, what was he going to do?
Oh, he's going to. I don't think monkeys are cute. I have no love for monkeys. I think they're nasty creatures who will murder you if given the chance. So I think that baby was dead. I mean, still, I just can't get over the bike. What, he just rolls up like,
oh yeah,
an angel.
He does. He just rolls up. Like he grabs her, runs away with her. Man, it's nuts. It's Planet of the Apes. That's what we got to worry about now, man. It's like we got murder hornets, and now we got to worry about the monkeys and apes rising up and taking over.
This is Caesar, or early Caesar.
Everyone keeps talking about how much better the world is getting, right?
Yeah, I don't buy it.
The earth, like the environment, I mean, like everyone keeps talking about how much better the environment is getting. And this is what's starting to happen. The animals are starting to be like, wow, we're starting to have a great place to live now. And now we're going to start taking over. We got murder hornets making their way to the U.S., monkeys abducting little girls in the street.
You know, I think that's a good point, actually. And I've heard the same thing. And I'm not on the side of let nature take back over. You know, nature's a nasty place. And we succeeded in kind of kicking the shit out of it so we can live a life without being killed. And I'm not saying I want to kill all animals or anything, but there is a balance there, I think we used maybe the example of like wolves or something like that. Do you really want a wolf in your backyard or like a mountain lion in your backyard? No way, man.
Hell no. No, I get pissed off enough. There's a fox that lives behind the woods of my house, and it wakes me up like at least once a week. It sits out behind my back fence, which is only like 20 feet from my back window, and he just sits there and screams at the top of his lungs. I remember the first time I heard it, I felt like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie My Cousin Vinny, where Joe Pesci, the owl starts screeching, and Joe Pesci runs out with the gun. He goes, "What the fuck is that?" And starts. That's how I felt when this fox started screaming in my backyard.
Oh, well, and if you got a cat or something, that cat is probably dead if it goes outside.
Yeah. My dog just wants to play with him. He sits on the back porch and just barks at him, and they sit there and talk to each other. Like he's sitting there going like, "Ah!" My dog's just like barking. My dog's just sitting there barking at him. It's the funniest shit, but it's annoying.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I think let's not go too crazy with praising the nature coming back. Now, I don't like that. It's good that there's not as much pollution. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but there is such a thing as human territory, and animals need to respect it. All right, let's move on. We got just a couple more to hit here. A Swedish city comes up with a chicken shit solution to prevent mass gatherings. Literally, they dump chicken poop on a park to deter holiday celebrations. This one comes from UPI. Officials in Sweden said they're dumping more than a ton.
That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of chicken shit.
Now, it comes from the city of Lund, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, which annually draws crowds numbering in the tens of thousands to celebrate Walpurgis Night in its Central Park. So chicken manure, basically, I don't know, I mean, maybe they'll brave it. Maybe like, whatever.
Dave, have you ever smelled a chicken farm on a hot summer day?
No.
Oh, man.
So,
yeah, so in Maryland, the beaches, you got to go through the Eastern Shore to get to the beaches in Maryland. Okay. And the Eastern Shore is just like, for people that don't know, that are listening or watching, it's just flat land. It's nothing but farms, and a lot of them are chicken farms.
Okay.
And there's not like big highways that like take you out there. It's like a very, Route 50 is what it is. It's a pretty small road, but there's other, ways you can take, and a lot of them go by these like chicken farms. And on a hot summer day when you're driving down the road, like these chicken farms got these gigantic fans that just blow air out. And I mean, it is the most revolting smell driving on these country roads. Like, and so like, I can't imagine what it's got to be inside the damn barn or like even closer to it, because like, I mean, you can't breathe, and it gets into your damn car because you got the AC on, and the air still gets into your car. It's awful.
So they're blowing the stench out of the barn. Is it so? It does it so it's not. Is that literally what they're trying to circulate air so the chickens don't die of their own?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is it smells terrible, and there's these giant fans that are built into all like the barns or where the chickens live. I assume, but the smell is just. Ugh.
So you think this would actually work?
It'll work. Oh, it'll work. I think it'll work.
By the way, it says Walpurgis Night is a spring festival that has roots in ancient pagan tradition. It's celebrated annually on the last night of April. So we're past that, and no follow up there on whether or not it kept them away. But if it does smell as bad as you say, then maybe they did their job.
It's disgusting. You know what I want to know though? Just chicken shit actually make good fertilizer, right? Because in this article, it says that they were using it as not only a deterrent for people, but to also fertilize the ground. They were like killing two birds with one stone. But if we have any farmers out there that are watching or listening, can you like write in and let us know? Comment below this video and just say like, "Hey, you're right. Chicken shit does make good fertilizer." Because I don't think that's the case. I don't think it would be as good as like regular manure. It sounds like that's the bullshit.
My assumption is that we use the shit from cows because they make so much of it, so it's just easier than, I don't know what, I'm assuming chicken shit is small. But yeah, I don't know. I'd love to hear from an expert. Of course, we're conconnoisseurs of bullshit, not chicken shit. So if you have any knowledge on that, let us know.
Yeah, I don't think all shit's created equal, so okay. But let us know.
We need to pass a Bill of Rights for shit. Make sure everyone's equal. Zach, let's move on to our final point here. And one, I think it's good news for you, maybe, and maybe I smell road trip or relocation. Missouri governor says concerts can resume on Monday. Zach, are you changing your plans to go to a concert in Missouri?
I don't think I'm changing any plans to go Missouri for any reason.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like a fun vacation, just going in the middle of nowhere. No offense if any of our listeners live in Missouri, but and he said they're going to try to stick to social distancing guidelines at these concerts. There's no way. I think on the Get Informed America podcast, you and Ronnie were talking about something similar with restaurants reopening at smaller capacity. And he made a good point where he was like, no restaurant can financially profit or sustain itself with only a 25% capacity or whatever, it may be. Right. How would they do that at concerts? How would they practice social distancing at concerts?
Yeah, well, you have a guy like the park ranger in Texas trying to tell everybody to, and then it'll all just get beat up and killed.
Yeah, I would love to see not even a park ranger, but an employee at festival grounds going around trying to tell people they got to stay 6 feet apart from each other, especially at some kind of EDM concert or something like that where people are all drugged out. That employee is going to get the shit kicked out of him.
And yeah, Zach, that's exactly right. We got a quote here. It says there are currently no limitations on social gatherings as long as necessary precautions are taken and 6 feet of distance can be maintained between individuals and or families. This is crazy.
Which it can't.
It's no way.
It's impossible. How the hell would a mosh pit work with social distancing?
Oh. I mean, yeah, so you're going to have just very few people. And as you said, is there any way to even make any money on this? Now, the one thing about where I am, as you mentioned, restaurants, there are places that have tons of outdoor seating, so that they probably can do pretty well. If you're outside, it's not so bad, and you're pretty much spaced anyways, so you can get away with it. But yeah, this is absurd. What kind of a gate are you going to get for a concert? Is it not going to even pay the bills and pay the artists and all that?
Yeah, exactly. Like the artist has to make money. The venue obviously has to make money. You know what I mean? How much money comes from food and beverage and like merch sales and things like that at concerts, which will also go down in addition to ticket sales?
Oh yeah. So, well, think about this, right? Because you're in a concert venue. It depends, no matter how big it is, even if it's like an outdoor amphitheater or one of those big deals or something. Well, you're gonna wait in line at the merch 6 feet apart. You're gonna wait in line 6 feet apart to get your soda and your beer in the bathroom.
How
does this work?
Yeah, the merch tables at concerts are ridiculous, man. Like, you go to some places and it's just like a mob of people, everyone throwing their hands up and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way that would work.
And the bathroom situation, what's that like? I
can't even think about how that would work.
You wait 2 hours. That's how it works.
Yeah. The only thing I could see them doing, ladies' room, I don't know, but men's room, like I could see them like putting tape over top of every other urinal. But if you're drunk at a concert, no one's going to pay attention to that.
No.
They're still going to go piss in the urinal.
Well, maybe one thing we can get rid of is the trough. That's a strange one.
For ladies listening that don't know, there's like some venues, restaurants. There was an old bar, like a dive bar near where I grew up that had a bathtub. There was like a bathtub in the men's bedroom. I think it would like used to be a house, and so they just took the bathroom and they just left the tub up, and then that's like where you would piss in.
Yeah, when people talk about the good old days, well, I know that can't be one of the items. It's one of the worst things. I remember seeing that. I had to do one of those. I think I was like 11 years old, and I'm scarred for life.
Oh yeah. You got to worry about other people looking at your wiener, but it's like no one's looking. Yeah, that's one thing you learn, like that boys learn as they grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, you always have a fear of someone looking at your pecker when you're little, trying to use a public bathroom. But then you grow up and you realize, like, no one's trying to look at anyone's pecker.
Nah,
I mean,
but
maybe
still very uncomfortable.
But oh yeah, it's.
Well, that was our top 10 bullshit items over the last few days. We're happy to share that with all of you. Zach, are you satisfied that we've covered all these items?
I'm as satisfied as that lady drinking her cum smoothies.
She needs to be locked up in a mental institution. There's something screwy there. I love to know what all of you think of the items that we've covered today, as we've covered the ridiculous, the absurd, and the BS. I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing to our channel. Really appreciate that support. If you've enjoyed this content, please subscribe and hit the like button. That will do us a big favor, won't it, Zach?
Yes, it will. Like, subscribe, comment, follow us. You can stay up to date on every time we have a post.
Absolutely. And where's a good place for them to catch up? We also have a website, don't we, Zach?
We do. You can go to informedamerican.com for all your real smart news. There's also a podcast tab at the very top of that site now. You can go there, and there's a nice interactive player. You don't have to go anywhere. You can listen to our podcast right from informedamerican.com. You can listen to this and get Informed America all on the same page.
Beautiful. We're trying to make life so easy for all of you.
Yeah, there's enough bullshit in the world. Let's make it easier.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for listening and watching. For Zach, I am Dave, and I've had enough of this BS.
You've been listening to the BS Podcast with Dave and Zach, part of the Informed American Radio Network. Please like and subscribe today in order to get fresh new weekly episodes. Please send us your BS stories to info@informedamerican.com. The world is hard enough, and now we gotta deal with this bullshit.